Hello, and welcome to Campus to Community, the Columbia Basin College News Magazine. I'm your host, Dawn Alford, CBC's Assistant Director for College Relations. Are you contemplating going to college? Fall quarter is a great time to start. Whether a first-time college student or looking to return to school, you'll want to pay close attention to our guest, Kelsey Myers, to learn how to successfully enroll for the fall. We'll also talk with engineering technology student Humberto Garcia. His journey from being a non-English speaker to upcoming college graduate will inspire and motivate anyone doubting their capabilities. But first, joining us now is the Vice President for Diversity and Outreach, Martin Valadez. So welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So I understand congratulations are in order. CBC was recently notified of having their Hispanic-Serving Institution designation renewed. So tell us, what constitutes being an HSI and why is this important to the college?
The Hispanic-Serving Institution designation is given to colleges and universities that have at least 25% of their students Hispanic origin. And it's extremely important for us because it will allow us to apply to a number of grants, federal grants from different departments that we otherwise would not be able to apply for. So it really just allows us to increase, to broaden the types of resources that we'll have to serve not just Latino students, but the entire community.
Great. So CBC is taking the lead as a HSI, having had this designation since 2004. What are some of the grants that we've had over the past years?
So we've had grants from different departments. Currently we have a grant from the Housing and Urban Development Department, the Office of University Programs, and actually this is our third grant. With that one, we're working with Downtown Pasco on their facade improvement program. We also have had 2 Title V grants from the Department of Education. The last one, for example, helped us to use technology to improve our success rates in math and science programs. And we've also had sort of a number of others. So it's really, there's a number of different grants that we can use to develop the institution.
Okay. Unfortunately, there are some misconceptions about becoming an HSI. That being a Hispanic-Serving Institution, they only serve Hispanic students. How does actually having this designation help all students?
Well, it's important to note that the designation, the only thing that it does is allows you to apply for grants that are set aside for Hispanic-serving institutions only. So it's very similar to the designation for tribal colleges and universities, and also for historically black colleges. And those grants allow the money that's received from those grants are to serve the entire population. So there's the grants that we receive, for example, from Title V were used to improve the success rates, not just of Latino students, but of any students taking those particular math or science programs. So yeah, so I want to just make sure that everybody knows that having the designation is something that's important and that helps the entire college, because it just broadens the pool of resources that we have access to.
Great, and that helps the whole institution, especially in this time of budget cuts.
Yes, and a lot of them are important because they're also there's institutional strengthening grants. So it's really extremely important for the college, for our students, and even for the community. As I said before, our HUD grant, in fact, works with downtown businesses. So it's really, it's not just internally that it helps, but it helps externally as well, or they can.
Okay. And what grant opportunities are currently under consideration?
So we're currently looking at a number of different grants. Another Title V, that is another Department of Education grant. The Department of Education also has started a new competition specifically for STEM-related fields, that is science, technology, engineering, and math, and we're also looking to apply for that, and that's a different one. It's also a Title V, but just for that. There's also a number of opportunities and grants available through the Department of Agriculture that are also set aside just for Hispanic institutions to compete for. And in fact, and they're also in the process right now of trying to open up, this isn't available yet, but in the future there could be also opportunities within the National Science Foundation. So there's really a lot of work there.
Okay. So for more information on CBC's grants, call Martin Valadez or visit the diversity webpage at columbiabasin.edu/diversity. We'll be right back. One vital difference between wanting a degree and obtaining one is making that first step to enroll in college. Kelsey Myers is here to explain the process to becoming a CBC student. Welcome, Kelsey.
Thank you.
So, as a new student, what are the steps to enroll for fall quarter?
Well, the first thing a student will want to do is complete and submit an application and pay the $28.30 application processing fee. Students can get those applications by downloading them from the website or by coming into the admissions office, which is located in the H building on the Pasco campus.
Okay.
Students will then want to take the Compass assessment, which is going to place them in English, reading, and math classes. Once they've completed that step, they'll be able to take an online orientation that's going to teach them how to register for classes and learn more about the advising process. After that, they'll know how to register for their classes, and they'll be able to go online and register for those classes.
Okay. Now the steps vary a bit for returning students and transfer students. What are those steps?
Right, so transfer students actually, if they've never been to Columbia Basin College before, they'll apply just like a new student does, but there are some other steps that they'll want to follow, and if they visit columbiabasin.edu/admissions, they can get the remaining steps for that. Returning students, though, if they have been out of Columbia Basin College for over a year or more than 4 quarters, they'll want to submit a new application. However, if it's been less than a year, then they can actually just reactivate their application by calling or visiting the admissions department.
Okay, and I understand we have a fall application deadline. Why is it important to apply before this date?
Yeah, so the fall quarter application deadline is Thursday, August 9th. And it's important that students apply by that date so that they can ensure that they're going to get the classes that they're interested in taking or wanting to take, as well as the class availability, the times of those classes. Mm-hmm. They'll be more likely to get those times that fit into their schedule.
Okay. So when can new students begin to register for fall quarter?
New students can start registering on June 4th.
Okay. And if you had one thing to share with new students that are trying to go through the process, what would it be?
It'd be to pay attention to deadlines. CBC, with the application process, there are some other deadlines, especially if you're applying for things like financial aid. There's always a tuition deadline. So if you're paying attention to those deadlines and being on top of them, then you'll be successful. It'll help you to be successful at Columbia Basin College.
Well, thank you so much, Kelsey.
Thank you.
Don't delay any longer. Take the first step to becoming a college student. If you need further motivating, wait until you meet our next guest. Having to learn English, obtain his GED, all while supporting his family, didn't stop student Humberto Garcia from earning his AAS degree in engineering technology. You won't want to miss his story. At 19 years old, Humberto came to the United States from Mexico, speaking no English and without a high school diploma. Through perseverance and with the help of CBC, Humberto will be graduating in June with a college degree. Humberto, hi, how are you doing?
Good, thank you.
So how have you managed to come so far?
Well, there is many reasons. Well, the first reason is my family, so my wife and my kids, they support me to be in school. So the other reason is CBC, which offers a lot of opportunities. So I can say that it applies to me because I started taking ESL classes, and then I got my GED through HEP, which is a program sponsored by CBC. And thanks to the teachers who are really good teachers at CBC, especially in the ENT program. So
great. And so now you're in the engineering and technology program. How has this program began to open doors for you?
Well, I'll be graduating this June with my AAS as an engineering technician, and also I'll be graduating with my 1-year certificate as computer-aided drafting, which is CAD. So also I applied for an internship, and I just have been notified that I was selected for this internship that it's called CCI. It's sponsored by PNNL. So it's going to be a really good opportunity to apply what I have learned on what I have learned from the program, and at the same time learning new skills while working with this group of engineers. So
great. So what a great step right into PNNL. You know.
Yeah.
All right. So how did you choose the engineering and technology program, or did it choose you?
Well, I choose this program because I like mathematics, science, physics. So when I read about this program, I definitely say to myself, "Oh, this is the program where I want to be in," because in this program we solve a lot of problems. Can be land surveying, can be strength of materials, and so by using the math or physics, we solve problems, which it's what I like. So
thank you so much, Humberto. This concludes this month's Campus to Community. If you would like more information on the topics covered today, contact information will be made available at the end of our program. For general information about CBC, call 547-0511 or visit us on the web at columbiabasin.edu. I'm Dawn Alford. Thank you for watching.